how did this roll out? How does this launch of legalized marijuana go on its first day?
So it was a really historic day for the industry nationally, but it was interesting in California because while there were people waiting in lines and excited to be part of day one in certain cities, there also were a lot of cities where cannabis actually wasn't available yesterday, including Los Angeles and San Francisco. So those cities, people are going to have to wait to get legal recreational cannabis until the local licenses are all set and they can move forward on that front. But in cities like San Diego, I spent yesterday there, there are lots of people waiting in lines, excited to be part of this new movement, and excited to buy pot for the first time without having to have a doctor's recommendation.
Right, and it was only 100 licenses were given out, right, Jenny? So if you weren't among those 100, you obviously have to wait. So were there very, very long lines?
So there were 400 licenses, but those are split between all sorts of different things, whether they're stores or distributors or manufacturers. There are a lot of different licenses, but there were long lines. Largely, people were sort of piling up a little bit because they had to, give their ID. You have to be put into the system in a lot of these dispensaries. But people seemed pretty happy to wait. I didn't see anyone waiting longer than half an hour while I was there, although I've heard that there may have been people waiting longer. So I think people are just excited to be part of that day one. That was really the sense I got yesterday, is people wanted to be part of the historic moment even more than necessarily, if they really wanted to get cannabis, I think the idea was they could probably get it anyway.
So, Jenny, let's talk a little bit about the market itself, because this is the largest cannabis market in the country, the world's sixth largest economy when it comes to cannabis sales. What impact will this have on legalized pot prices, and so on?
So estimates show that next year, the California legalized market will hit almost $4 billion, and that's from BDS Analytics. And that'll contribute to growing the overall, the national cannabis market, which is expected to hit $50 billion by 2026, according to Cowen & Co. So this is a really big business. I mean, this isn't like a backroom shady thing anymore. There's a lot of money in this, and there are a lot of investors and other experts from big CPG companies and Wall Street and all sorts of things. So this is really becoming very professionalized, and California is the biggest thing to happen yet. I mean, it is the biggest market. It's going to have the biggest players.